Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everyone's doing well today. Beautiful day here in Maine, almost 80 degrees, which is ridiculous for May for us. But I'm enjoying the weather. Anyway, there's a thread going around of desert island women singers. I guess stranded on a desert island, what 10 women singers would you want with you? I started digging and I couldn't stop at 10. I couldn't stop at 15. I ended up at 20. So I'm going to go through them fairly rapidly so we don't take up too much time. You probably know most of these, maybe one or two you're not that familiar with, but I covered all genres. So we have blues, we have rock, we have jazz, we have country. All right, let's get on it. Number one, in no particular order, the great Bessie Smith. As the record says, the world's greatest blues singer. Bessie had a career in the 20s and 30s, played a lot of, what they call them, shows where they traveled around, traveling shows. And amazing voice, amazing singer. And she was, they called her, the Empress of the Blues. So love Bessie Smith, I've always loved her. Tragic life, died in an accident, and many stories about whether she was admitted to the hospital because she was black or they wouldn't let her in the hospital, or she died on the side of the road, whatever. But the great Bessie Smith. Number two, while we're doing jazz singers, this is Dinah Washington, and this is her album In the Land of Hi-Fi. Orchestra arranger, you can talk about Hal Mooney, but it also includes Cannonball Adderley and Junior Mance. Straight jazz, high-pitched voice, but fantastic. One of my faves on MRC Records. So Dinah Washington. Next is one of my favorite singers of that, because they're all my favorite, or I wouldn't be picking them, is Laura Nero. And this is Laura Nero's album, I'm Gonna Take a Miracle, which was recorded with La Belle. And it's before La Belle hit it big. This is really the impetus for her comeback career. And there's La Belle and her group, with Nona Hendrix and what's the other woman's name? Oh well, we'll have to let that go. But this is a fantastic album. I met him on a Sunday, The Bells, Monkey Time, Dancing in the Streets, You Really Got a Hold on Me, Spanish Harlem, Nowhere to Run, It's Gonna Take a Miracle. Just amazingly great album. The great Laura Nero. And what discussion of female singers would be complete without Cass Elliot, Mamas and the Papas, the great Cass Elliot. Michelle Phillips, fine, but Cass Elliot, she was the heart and soul of that band. Everyone knows Cass Elliot. Fantastic. While we're doing rock, we need one of the early rockers is Grace Slick, of course, from Jefferson Airplane, their first album. I think probably their best album. Nina Simone. I chose this album because a lot of people don't know this particular album. It's called This Is Pure Nina, and it's basically her and the keyboards, just her playing piano and singing, and it's amazing. Seems I'm never tired loving you. I think It's Gonna Rain Today, the Randy Newman song. The Human Touch, I Get Along With You Very Well, The Desperate Ones. Just a great, great album. 1969, Nina Simone. This is Pure Nina. And of course, what discussion of female singers would be complete without the great Dolly Parton. And this is a great compilation, The Best of Dolly. There she is in all her glory. And this has Jolene, Traveling Man, I Will Always Love You, Coat in Many Colors, My Tennessee Mountain Home. Not a clunker on there. Early rock and roller, the great Wanda Jackson. This is a Reckless Love Affair. A Reckless Love Affair. Great album by the great Wanda Jackson. Really early rocker along with Elvis. Fantastic. The woman who's singing can tear a hole in your heart because it's just so emotional. And it's Patsy Cline. You hear Patsy sing, you can hear the heartache in her songs. And this is the Patsy Cline Story, which is a great compilation. Has all her hits: I Fall to Pieces, Crazy, San Antonio Rose, Sweet Dreams, Your Cheating Heart, Baby Back in Baby's Arms, South of the Border, Walking After Midnight, The Wayward Wind, etc., etc. We all know the great Patsy Cline. Another modern day rocker who unfortunately is no longer singing because of Parkinson's disease. She can no longer sing, but was the great Linda Ronstadt. I got so many Linda albums, but I picked this one particularly because I love the cover and I love the album. Rock Me on the Water, Crazy Arms, I Still Miss Someone, I Fall to Pieces, Rescue Me. Freaking amazing. Just fantastic. Linda Ronstadt. Another one who I put up there with Patsy Cline as you can hear the heartache in her voice is Billie Holiday. I've shown this one before. This is a Japanese pressing I picked up at Goodwill, of all places. But the great Billie Holiday. Lady Sings the Blues, Strange Fruit, God Bless the Child, Love Me or Leave Me, Willow Weep for Me, I Thought About You. Amazing record. Fantastic. Run right through them here. All right. Another jazz singer. Again, I have a lot of albums by her, and I chose this one because I love this whole series she did. And it's Ella Fitzgerald. This is the Rodgers and Hart songbook, and she did a whole series of these songbooks. Rodgers and Hart, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Cole Porter, etc., etc. But one of the great voices of the 20th century for sure, Ella Fitzgerald. You get into soul, you have to have the great Tina Turner. This is the album Live at Carnegie Hall. What you hear is what you get. Fantastic record. Okay, gatefold with her and Ike. There's the wife beater, Ike. Great album, though. Fantastic. Live at Carnegie Hall. Ike and Tina. Again, talking about soul, who else can you have? You have to have Aretha Franklin. And this is Aretha Now. As Think, Seesaw, You Send Me. Great stuff. Great, great, great. Aretha Franklin. Aretha Now. I've watched a couple of videos. No one's shown this woman before. I can't believe it. Joan Baez. Amazing voice. Unbelievable. Here she does all Dylan songs. Any Day Now. There's a collection of Bob Dylan songs sung by Joan Baez. This happens to be a German pressing I picked up. And it's just beautiful. She does, Love Minus Zero, No Limit. Drifter's Escape, I Pity the Poor Immigrant. Tears of Rage. Dear Landlord. I Shall Be Released. Boots of Spanish Leather, etc., etc. If you don't know this, you got to get this record. Fantastic. This one, a lot of people may not know who this woman is. It's Kate Woolf. She is a singer-songwriter. She wrote about half the songs in this album. 2-record set, recorded live in concert. She unfortunately passed away fairly young also, but what a voice. What a voice. Kate Woolf. This is from 83. So, if you don't know Kate Woolf, check her out. Fantastic. Beautiful voice. Etta James. At Last. This is a Record Store Day reissue of this. I had to get it. Didn't have any Etta James until this time. And just love that. Love Etta James. had to include Etta in the group. This is someone else you may not know. Some people know her or know of her. And it's Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who they say almost single-handedly created rock and roll. She was a minister. She played guitar, and she rocked it. She rocked it. It was incredible. So, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, just a self-titled album. A lot of gospel on here, but amazing. Great album. And then one of my personal favorites, my friend Cyndi Lauper. Gotta love Cyndi. Got to see her right after this album came out down in North Carolina, where I lived there. And I think it was the Go-Go's opened up for her. That was a great show. Really great. So, love Cyndi Lauper. So much energy, so much fun. And then I end up with my my all-time favorite of all of them, even though she didn't have the voice of any of them, but she put it across better than any of them, is Janice. Janice Joplin. This is a great double album. I got to see Janice 3 times. I was very lucky to be able to do that, and love Janice. So there you go, Janice Joplin. Yeah, great picture of the Queen. All right, so those are the women's I would take with me to a desert island. I might be overwhelmed, but I would do it. Just as a reminder, I do have a contest going on for my 800 subs contest. I haven't gotten many videos yet. I got about half a dozen. And we still got to the end of June, so we got plenty of time. But don't forget about it. Jump on there, make a video. You can go back and see my original video on the contest. Hope everybody is having a good day. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. I've gotten a bunch since my video I did with Mazzy. I want to thank Mazzy for that. That was a lot of fun. And stay healthy, stay safe, and until next time, peace.